Welcome to Make Possible Bitesize, a weekly podcast brought to you by Permutive, championing change in publishing, advertising and beyond. Each episode, we chat to an inspiring guest about their careers, their lives and how they're making change possible. Let's bite right in.
Hello everyone, I'm Bola Jose, a Technical Operation Analyst at Permutive, and welcome to Make Possible Bitesize, a podcast series in which inspiring people share how they are championing change and making a real difference in their field. We ask 3 thought-provoking questions to our guests and we'll get their answers to you in less than 10 minutes. Today on the show, I am joined by Dr. Anne-Marie Imafidon, MBE, CEO of Stemets. Hello, Anne-Marie.
Hi, Bola. Thanks for having me here.
So are you looking forward to today's show?
I am. I like things that are short and sweet.
Exactly. I like that. 10 minutes, not playing about.
Exactly.
So if you could give me like a quick intro onto like who you are and what is Stemets working towards?
Cool. So I'm Anne-Marie. I am a CEO. I'm also a keynote speaker and I'm a podcast host of the Women's Tech Charge podcast. And I'm an author as well. How to be a maths whiz. Gosh, it's a long list. Sorry, it's supposed to be short. Yeah. Stemets in particular is working towards better gender equality within the science, technology, engineering and maths fields known as STEM.
Nice. Yeah, congrats on being an author. I think I'm going to try and get that book for my niece as well because it looks amazing. I love seeing everyone on Instagram and like, oh, I'm so in love. So it was great. So yeah, congratulations.
Thank you. It's a lot of fun. Yeah, it was fun working on it as well.
Yeah, it's like a nice new thing to add to the portfolio. Like
exactly.
Tuck in author as well. Why not? So let's kick off with our first question. It's a bit of a heavy one, but what are you most proud of?
Oh, there's lots of things I'm most proud of. I think most recently, the thing I'm most proud of, so I was a child prodigy. I did lots of things when I was super young, and it's always been something that people have kind of said is unique to me, but I've always known that, you know, if given the right opportunity, lots of people could do things young, really. And so what I'm most proud of is the last couple of half terms and school holidays, pandemic or not, we've started running certification academies with Stemets. So it's not quite doing GCSEs and A-levels, although I'm sure we'll get there one day, but we've been working with girls and young non-binary people on getting Python qualifications, cyber qualifications and Agile certifications for free kind of as teenagers. And I'm really, really proud of that because it's something we've been building up to for a while, but kind of personally, it means a lot to me that where there's now kind of almost 100 girls and young women. In fact, I think it is more than 100 girls and young women who have done things early together across countries, across the UK and a couple kind of internationally. But it's been nice because they've been able to do that together. And they've all got that now on their CV that age 13, they did this Agile thing, or age 15, they did this cyber thing. So I'm really, really proud of that.
Yeah, I like that. You're kind of like pushing everyone to be like as much of a child prodigy as they could potentially.
Yes. Oh, they're not pushing. I'm not a pushy parent.
Not forcing them, but opening up the possibility.
There we go. Yeah,
I like
opportunity.
That because it's true. Like as long as you can offer that opportunity to someone, anyone can kind of choose it and be like 17 and a PhD, like
exactly. And I'm quite proud as well that, especially with the pandemic, with girls that haven't, so we pay for their travel, their accommodation, everything for them to access it when it was physically co-located even. But now that there's the pandemic, what we actually ended up doing over the summer was sending devices to girls that needed them. So even more so, it's been like, you know, the opportunity's there. We'll give you everything you need. We'll give you the support, we'll give you the mentors, we'll give you the study groups. Like if you just show up, we'll be able to help you kind of achieve this thing.
Yeah, I think that's so important. Like actually having that resource is so important. So I love that. Yeah, I love Stemets. I'm not gonna lie, slightly biased, but you know. So on to our second question. What are you focused on today to move onwards and upwards at work?
So today, you mean like today in my calendar or just today in general?
I feel like it can be both, like physically today and like metaphorically today. I like seeing it in both angles.
Okay, so physically today, what am I focusing? I'm focusing on actually focusing on half term, on the next half term. So we're doing some academy, we're doing another academy for cyber certifications, but we're focusing as well on what happens kind of next year. So I'm always planning and kind of strategizing for what happens next and who do we bring on board. And I think, so that's kind of the physical today. And metaphorically today, I'm focusing on just making sure there are more people in the room when big decisions are made. That's like the big thing. That's the reason why Stemex exists. It's like, yeah, we're going to build Terminator by accident, for real, if we don't have different types of people in the room who can be like, maybe we don't need a robot that's just going to shoot and kill. Maybe.
Yeah, I feel like that answered both physically today and metaphorically today.
Yeah, I try.
Yeah, no, that's a great answer, definitely. I think, like you said, it's so important to have so many people in the room because there's more than one person and you have to make sure you represent as many people as possible.
Exactly. And no one person or one type of people has all the answers. So you have to work together. So yeah.
Exactly, yeah. It makes sense. Love it. So our final question for today, so gone so quickly. What has been your guiding light or philosophy in making things possible?
So I have loads of guiding lights and philosophies. One is seek forgiveness, not permission, because there's always people that will tell you no if you ask for their permission. A lot of stuff that you're doing, especially if it's innovative, they don't know the answer and they don't really know. So as long as it's a good thing and not illegal, then go ahead and do it and seek permission. I think this whole idea of we're going to build Terminator by mistake is another guiding light of like, yeah, I'm alive here and now. I have some form of influence, so I have to use it for good. But I think ultimately my guiding light is, my guiding philosophy is that, and this is Stemex's philosophy actually, is that it's all about the girls and the young people that we work with. So I'm there for them. Like if the syllabus is wrong and it's the kind of thing they don't want to be doing, like I'm there to represent them. If they need a little bit more confidence boost or a little bit more kind of focus on their mental health, then we're there for them. Like everything we do is, if they need to write CVs and we're making sure we're putting that content out and we're supporting them. So that's my guiding light, is whatever we can do during their formative years to support those young people, so that then when they end up as adults starting their careers, they've got the best chance, they've taken the most opportunities, and they can help kind of reverse the trend that we have of underrepresentation of minorities in tech.
That's amazing. Yeah, I like that. I think that sticks out for me is making sure that it is all about the girls, because I think especially in the world of startups, entrepreneurs and like charities, we hear so many things with people kind of, they start with good intentions but like kind of get misguided. But when you kind of start with always having the girls in mind, I think that's such an important thing to always have in your back of your mind. So has there been any time where that kind of conflict maybe with the trajectory of Stemex, and you kind of feel like there might be something that doesn't necessarily in line with always kind of keeping the girls in mind?
No, so I think what it's ended up being is that because it's such a strong guiding light for us, there are lots of people that think there are certain things that we'd love to do or be involved in, and it makes it easy for us to say no. And so it's ended up being that kind of, if we have a partner who wants to do things a certain way, we're like, what would the girls say? What have the girls said? And we're like, we're not going to do that. And the partner's like, but with this, that. And I'm like, do you know what? Let's just not have the partnership, because you're not putting the girls at the center of it. And I'm not just doing this for doing sake, because, you know, my mum didn't carry me 9 months to just kind of run around doing things that don't mean anything. So I think it's actually made it easier to have a good strategy, to keep to it and to keep our impact high, because we are very selective about what we do, because it is not clear. If there's any part of me that's like, maybe this won't work for the girls, and I'm like, maybe not today. Let's wait a little bit longer. So yeah, I think it's made it easier to say no to things, rather than necessarily getting in our way, because our way is those girls getting what they need to get to where they're going to. So kind of it's very closely aligned. In fact, it's the point of what we're doing. So yeah.
Yeah, I love that. Cool. That's amazing. I like that it didn't even bother. Like, there's not, you're good. Like, we don't.
Any reason to say no, I'm here for it. 100%. Less work for me. I'm all about the efficiency. I'm a technologist, right? This is it. We're like, what's the quickest way to get there? What's maybe even the laziest way some technologists are there for? But it's like, no, I'm trying to be smart about the problem I'm trying to solve. And I'm like single-minded in my focus.
Yeah, thank you. So yeah, I think that's such a good, strong place to finish as well. I think that's such great piece of advice for a lot of people to take on, a lot of entrepreneurs as well. So thank you so much. And thank you so much for being on the show today. I hope you enjoyed it. Did you enjoy it?
I did. And I love that it was literally 10 minutes. I wish more people were like you.
Keep to time.
Yes, very important.
Thank you so much, Anne-Marie. And that leaves me again just to thank one more group of people, the listeners and viewers, for tuning in to Make Possible Bitesize. We'll be back again next week with another inspiring guest, talking about what they do to champion change, think in new, exciting ways, and make a difference. Bye-bye.